Hello there. If you are coming across this video, or if you feel drawn to whatever message I put in the title, I'm unsure yet, then this reading could be for you. I am feeling like a general sense of... Oh, that's so crazy. I am feeling like a general sense of change happening right now, where you might be embracing new beginnings, and then the Fool just accidentally flipped out. That was crazy. Where you might be embracing new beginnings, but for some reason it does feel like you're going about it in a different way than you have in the past. Like, it might not even be like that you have an inherent new job or new, a new home or anything crazy and physical, but it does feel like you have a new perspective in a way. I really feel like people right now are leading with their hearts, and I do think that's very important and to keep leaning into that. Anyways, let's get into it. We're just gonna get some general advice for you today. I'm filming multiple of these. Oh. So we have the Temperance and the Two of Wands coming out first. Yeah, I feel like if you have been in a decision mode, or if you've been planning things, if there's some sort of new, I really do feel like change feels significant, and Temperance breaks down to a 5, which is change. But I do really feel like you want things to change in some sort of way, but with Temperance coming out, with the Two of Wands, it's almost like that reminder that, like, change isn't something that always needs to happen, like, overnight. In fact, most of the time it never does. And this is something that you need to take your time with and move through in a way that honors your emotional body first. Maybe in the past, if you've been, like, kind of impulsive, gotten a new job and jumped into that quickly, or, got into a relationship very fast, or, or like friendship very fast, something like that. It feels like right now you're being pushed to kind of slow down and move through things in a way that is not so attached to outcomes. Okay, let's get one more card and then we will clarify these with some oracle cards. Oh, interesting. We have the Three of Swords coming out. And the Three of Swords can sometimes mean that you recently had something disappointing happen, but Three of Swords in particular does pertain, like, it's considered the heartbreak card. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you had to go through some sort of heartbreak. That could be the case. But it could just be that something really made you feel broken. Or there's just some sort of aspect to your life right now that feels incomplete and it hurts. I think that is why you are being so heavily encouraged right now to really allow your emotions to flow. Unless you are embracing every single thing that comes up, it's just going to repeat in a vicious cycle. And you won't be able to move forward until you acknowledge this hurt and pain. Okay, we're going to use my numerology guidance cards to clarify. each of these. Get just a little bit further insight as to what you need to hear. Okay, can we clarify the temperance here? Three different cards popped out, so I'm gonna put them back. Just, oh my god. Please just give me one card, sir. Can you clarify? I don't know why I said sir. That's fine. Okay, and that, I think that tried to come out multiple times. But the card Rebirth just came out. Yeah, and I'm just gonna take it upright. To clarify temperance. Which is kind of exactly the energy I'm getting. Like, it's not necessarily that you have a complete new beginning. It doesn't feel, like I said, that there is something crazy happening externally, but internally, it does feel like this newfound sense of peace because you're aware. You're very aware right now of your emotions and you're finding the balance in your everyday life. I really feel like you've possibly been integrating more self-care practices, whether that's, you working out or eating healthier for your body, or, for me personally, my self-care practices start with prayer and meditation. But by you doing that and putting your self as a priority, it's allowing you to have this sort of rebirth and feel more clarity on the things that are happening right now. Let's clarify the Two of Wands. Okay, I'm just gonna take them both. Okay, I love this for you. We have Perseverance coming out in reverse, and then Follow Your Dreams coming out upright. So this is kind of a message with Two of Wands that I do think for some of you, you haven't really put in the effort enough into your dreams that you owe to yourself. The Perseverance coming out in reverse almost feels like a little bit of a nudge in a way that's like, hey, I know you've been trying on some level, and I know you've been planning and you've been thinking about all the possibilities and looking into where you could go. But there's only so much you can do without doing. And the Follow Your Dreams is really that push to just go for it. Yeah. It's funny too, because these both break down to fours. And I do feel like building a strong foundation is important when it comes to, going after a career you want, or going after somebody you want, or, moving to a different place that you want to live in. Those things are very important, building a foundation, right? But there is like the sticky side of that. I'm thinking of the Four of Pentacles when I say this. There is like the sticky flip end of that where like if you get too stuck in the preparing mode, then the taking action part feels more scary. And what you really need to do is almost sort of like exposure therapy. Just take those actions, even if they're small. I don't know what it is that you want to do, what your dreams are, but like an example of this is like if you want to write music, if you want to make music, post a video of you online, of you singing a song, and like I know that's scary and easier said than done, but really everybody's just living their life, and people are way less concerned than you realize. And you owe it to yourself to follow your dreams and see what happens. Okay, let's clarify this Three of Swords. Oh, wait. I grabbed this deck. I almost feel like maybe I should pull one more with it. We got the Knight of Pentacles coming out with the Three of Swords. So again, I feel like it is kind of like you feeling a little bit hurt that things have been taking as long as they have. Okay, now I'm going to clarify with my numerology. Can we clarify the Three of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles? The Knight of Pentacles is a very hardworking card, but he can also be quite stubborn. Oh. Oh, you guys. The Three of Swords with the Knight of Pentacles was clarified by self-love in reverse and parenting upright. So there's a couple different messages I get from this. I'll say the first message, and just get it out of the way. If you are a parent, you have to understand that you can only give as much as you give to yourself. And this goes for everybody, right? I mean, but specifically if you have kids to take care of, you need to find some sort of way your routine prioritizes your self-love. And I know I don't have kids. I know I don't know what it's like to have, you know, little humans to take care of. I'm sure it is much harder than I can even fathom. But there is and always will be time for yourself. Even if you don't think it, I promise you. Even if it's just for a moment before you even begin your day, you sit up in bed, you don't look at your phone, and you put your hands on your heart and give yourself that moment to just breathe. That moment is for you before you even start your day, before you even get on the phone or go check on littles, anything like that. Set aside time for yourself, because you prioritizing and taking care of everybody else without seeing any sort of result is going to eventually drain you, and you won't be able to take care of people the way you have been. Now, if you're not a parent, those messages can still relate to you, of course, and I'm sure these messages after the fact could even relate to parents. But I also get the message that some of you have tied your self-worth into how hard of a worker you are, into what you can provide for others, even if you're not a parent. Maybe you've even taken on the parenting role for your own parents. Maybe you have had to provide for people in a way that you never really received yourself. And there is this sort of realization happening right now with this Three of Swords of how little you are prioritizing yourself right now. And that's why this shift is happening with the Temperance and the Rebirth. It's like all of a sudden you're realizing how important it is that you keep your emotions balanced. And when I say keep your emotions balanced, I don't mean like don't go and cry a lot, or I just mean when you are giving to others, you're making sure it's coming from a place where you already have the space to give, rather than coming from a place that is draining or empty. You need to understand that you are more than what you provide. You are worthy just as you are. Okay, I'm going to pull my Anatomy of Witch Oracle. I'm just gonna pull one of these cards as one last final piece of advice for you guys. You guys, I got the card play. It is time for you to have some fun. And maybe you're even like hearing this and being like, what? But no, I need to work. I need to find a good job. I need to keep going. I need to follow my dreams, right? Yes. But you need to prioritize fun. You need to prioritize yourself, your wants and needs, and having fun, playing, being free. If you have kids, play with them. Don't just provide for them, play with them. Embrace the side of you that maybe never got to play because you were too busy taking care of everybody else. Embrace the side of you that wants to get messy and run, dance, sing, paint, whatever it is that makes you feel like a kid. Let me read that page for you, and then we will close this out. Please, if you feel inclined, please subscribe. It is the easiest way to support my channel and support me. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep posting stuff. And personal readings are still in the works. I want to open up a shop. But yeah, I appreciate you and your support. Let's read this page. Life can't be all about work. We need to let our imagination run free and shake out our limbs from time to time. Move, jump, dance, and flail about. Play isn't just for the body either, it's for the mind as well. Allow for some fantasy, suspend disbelief on occasion, and let yourself fly. Go ahead and engage in a little make-believe. When we allow ourselves to play, our mind relaxes and our view shifts, allowing for greater problem-solving capabilities. Worry less about what others think and resolve to play more. Dance like no one is watching, be ridiculous and full of wonder. Make some myths and memories now. Keywords: imagination, spirited, mischief, and revel. And I actually really like that, revel. Enjoy moments. If you're eating some yummy ice cream, sit there and enjoy it. If you are reading a silly, funny, or maybe even kinky book, sit there and enjoy it. Enjoy your moments, you guys. All right, you guys, I hope that message resonated for you. Please let me know if it did. It really makes me feel so good and like I'm actually helping somebody when I get comments. So, much love. Have a wonderful day.